what would you say if you could only share 3 things that you could do, or if you could take away everything else and you could only do 3 things to build a business or generate wealth?
First thing is that you have to identify what you're great at doing and stop trying to play life at the things that you're mediocre at doing. Mm-hmm. That thing you're great at may have been born out of your biggest pain.
Absolutely.
So, and this is a gift that you have as well, but one of my major gifts is my ability to read people and to be present with them. Why? I had an alcoholic dad.
Yeah.
When he would come through that front door, I had 3 little sisters and a mom. And this 5-year-old little boy would have to look up at his hero, drunk or sober. And if it was drunk, Dad, I need to get my sisters upstairs and Mom should go take a shower. If it was sober, Dad, we're great. But I would have to read this man. And so that allowed me to learn to be present. You know, it's a terrible way to learn to do it, but I did. Then the second skill would kick in. I can talk. I would grab his hand. And my sisters would go upstairs and say, Daddy, I got a 90 on my spelling test. How was your day? What did you do? And I would talk and change his state. And as I grew up, those 2 gifts have made me a lot of money in business. My ability to be present and listen, my ability to talk. So what are your gifts? What are 2 or 3? It could be your nurturing skills, your intellect, your problem solving, your intensity, your passion, your calmness, your peace, your humor, whatever it is. The second thing that I would say is that you have to get into the business of truly caring about people. When I worked at the orphanage, and I walked into the orphanage that changed my life, and I know you know that story,
Yep.
These boys needed someone to love them, care about them, believe in them, and show them how to do a little bit better at whatever it is. And then the third thing is you have to become obsessed. This has to become an obsession of yours. You know, our obsessions become our possessions. And the truth of the matter is that most of you don't understand the effort, the time, the focus, the obsessiveness that's required to do something great with your life. Right. You want to do something great, you better be great at it. Greatness rises. And so if you can get really good at those 3 things, listen, why are you so good at this? Why is it business? You're great at this. The whole idea of greatness is the concept of the show. But you have to get great, and you have to be intentional, you have to be obsessed. And if people knew behind the scenes, this seems very easy, but I know your schedule.
Yeah.
I know what you've put into this. I know what the time is. I know what the relentless pace is. I know what the focus is. I know how much you think about it. I know this has to be something that's just infectious, and when people get around you, it emanates, and there's an energy, and there's like, this person's just gonna will this to happen.
Right.
And when you have that, you have to be cognizant of your energy. You're always making people feel something, so take control of what they're feeling. And so I think just most people dramatically underestimate the amount of obsessive, crazy, relentless focus it takes to be great at something. Because there's going to be a period of your life, not out of balance, but where some things take priorities over others. That's not a lack of balance. Nothing's like this all of the time. The hardest working you've ever been, the most crazy focused you've ever been, was the happiest you've ever been in your life.